What's cracking, everybody? XehrFelrose here, bringing you some Pokemon Go Battle League content. In today's video, we got an exciting shoutcast from fellow trainer JarizardX. Hope I said that right, man. I apologize if I didn't. Climbing those leaderboards, getting all the way up to number 64 on the leaderboard, going from 3,100 ELO to just under 3,300 with this team in 5 sets. Congratulations on the leaderboard run. I know that is not easy to do, having done it myself before many seasons ago. So huge congratulations. Let's check out these battles and see how this team plays out in the Halloween Cup. First battle against Shadow Scizor. We're going to have Dragalge on the lead here, and we're going to go immediately into the Pawniard. Dude, Shadow, is that a shiny? XL Pawniard. I'm so jealous. All right. I wish I had a Pawniard built. Oh, this is so much damage. It's just a Night Slash. Hold on. Dude, Scizor hasn't had children yet. He's still working on it, dude. And then comes a Toxapex's opponent not having a strong answer to the Pawniard safe swap here, which is, you know, you guys know me. I don't like swapping things that are double weak to certain Pokemon. Like, I wouldn't want to swap in this and expect it to get clapped by a Toxicroak. But this trainer, you know, they're up in the 3,100, 3,200 ELO range. They know what they're doing. Let them do it. So I am just super jealous of that Pawniard, though. I really want to build my own. But I don't have the dust at the moment to be able to build it. Hopefully I will soon. I'm hoping to get the dust by the end of the rotation. I want to try it at least once. I have a really good one I could build. But I have the XLs. I just don't have the actual Monets. Or I don't have the Stardust for it. But anyway, after a long, drawn-out battle, Pawniard is going to be able to win the Zero Shield. Is it one? No. Wait, they shielded the Xehrfelrose, that's right. Able to win the Zero Shield matchup against that Toxapex, and Dragalge comes in for the farm down. Opponent's got a Greninja in the back, and it's over. It's absolutely over. The opponent's Greninja is not going to be able to get to enough moves to take out not only this Dragalge with 3 Night Slashes, but also not going to be able to get to enough moves to also take out the Carbink before it farms down. So this is going to be a good game here. Very well played. Very, very cut and dry. Dragalge just coming and doing what it does. And we're going to get into the next battle here. And we have Dragalge versus an Umbreon. So 2 very strong answers to this in the back. Makes a lot of sense to safe swap in the Pawniard. And this is, once again, not a bad matchup for Pawniard here. Because of that steel typing, it is double resisting poison damage. So the opponent looking to be running a Dark Poison Core, letting the first move go. Because if it's a Night Slash, well, you don't want to be on the receiving end of a boosted Night Slash after shielding a non-boosted Night Slash. So they're just going to let the Nidoqueen go. And there's the boost! And the opponent says, nah, dude, I'm done. Honestly, same. If I was the opponent and they got that boost, I'm just like, nah, fam, I'm out. All right. Dragalge on the lead versus Clefable. This is really not good for Dragalge at all. It is nice that you're only taking neutral from these fairy-type moves, but honestly, doing double resisted damage with just Aqua Tails to boot, not that great. Opponent looks to have maybe waited to see if they could catch a move or something. Maybe they were trying not to let the Meteor Mash get caught. But anyway, Dragalge is going to be going for the Aqua Tail there and just looking to chip down this thing because, honestly, Carbink is not a good matchup into this. Nothing really is. I mean, everything here just kind of does neutral. And Carbink just gets slapped by Meteor Mash. So makes a lot of sense for me that they stay in here until they get that Clefable a little bit lower. You gotta respect the potential chance that this is an X-Scissor, because that would do a lot of damage to Pawniard because it's neutral due to the Dark Steel typing. But you're gonna see this thing get to so many Night Slashes, it just outpaces to that Night Slash. Fury Cutter Night Slash is just a wicked fast combo. Clefable's gonna come in, not gonna be able to get to a move before another Night Slash comes out, and it's so low it doesn't even matter because Night Slash might do enough damage. It's gonna get the shield here, and I mean Carbink could even farm this down. Are they gonna go for the Meteor Mash? They're gonna full send that Moonblast. Opponent going for the resisted Meteor Mash, and that's not quite enough. Then they come in with a Nidoqueen, and Nidoqueen is really looking tough right now. Opponent does not shield up the Night Slash. That's good news for Dragalge as it comes in to start Dragon Tailing down, resisting these fast moves, and that's going to be really, really huge for this trainer here, as they're going to be able to just continue to Dragon Tail down this Nidoqueen, get up almost, oh, so close. But honestly, this is even a point where Carbink can farm down Nidoqueen. So Carbink's just going to come in and just throw its bulk all over this opponent's face, and is saying, look at me, I'm a big old rock boy. What are you going to do about it? Meteor Mash? I don't think so. Not in my house. Meteor Mash is going to do a ton of damage to Carbink. It almost one-shots it, but because it's not able to get to 2, that's a good game. Well played. Getting into the next battle here, we're going to have Dragalge on the lead versus a Greninja. This is where the ideal alignment is for the Dragalge, is hitting that, oh my goodness, I can't think. Hitting the Greninja lead because it really, really struggles. It's the same way that Greninja struggles into things like Toxapex. When you force it to only go for Night Slashes, it makes it very, very difficult for the Greninja to do any meaningful damage without getting a chance at a boost. So Dragalge not only gets to keep swap here against the Greninja, but also, I mean, Carbink just gets a full farm down, and this Greninja is going to have a bad time. The opponent instead opts to come in with a Nidoqueen. I almost wonder if you could just go for 2 Moonblasts here, to be honest. But Dragalge having a lot of play into the rest of this team here. And, I mean, Pawniard could literally just sit there and he's the moral support back. His little blue self. Yo, you guys got this. Go. No, he's just going to come in and start getting to work. Now, because Greninja is part dark, these Fury Cutters will do a lot of damage very quickly. They do hit very fast, and they come in pretty hard enough. Hard enough, at least, that even the Night Slashes that come out from the Pawniard are going to be enough to do a lot of damage. Dragalge could probably just 2-shield through the rest of this team. But Pawniard's going to put up a shield and continue to fight. We're going to see another Night Slash come off here. The opponent's going to have to consider shielding something at some point, and they do. The Night Slash is going to get the shield. The opponent going for more Night Slash, or another Night Slash, or a Hydro Cannon. Going for more Water Shurikens to go through the Hydro Cannon. There we go. I got there eventually. I figured it out, okay? We got there. So Carbink is going to come in just to force the opponent to do something, but Dragalge just easy. Easy money for Dragalge. We're saving the gonna use the shield for the Earth Power. Huge call, knowing that they were at the move, and then Dragalge just farms down. Good game. These are some really incredible. This is a really incredible team. I really am just jealous of the Pawniard, but very nice team here put together by JarizardX. I think I tried it again. I'm just saying. I'm hoping I got it right, because I'm going to feel bad if I didn't. But going to go for the Outrage here, potentially, with good move timing. Very nice here, going for the extra move. At least I think that was good timing, I'm pretty sure. It's hard to tell sometimes when you're not paying attention. But the opponent goes into a Frostlass. Carbink just says, comes in and says, hello, Frostlass, I'm your daddy now. You know what? It doesn't really look like a daddy, but at the time, it seemed like a funny joke. All right, leave me alone. Frostlass is going to have to throw 2 charge moves here, and I don't think it gets enough farm to get to 2 of them before getting completely farmed down. So they just go for the Shadow Ball for the extra damage, and the Carbink gets a Rock Throw down, and the opponent comes in with the Toxapex, wins CMP, because there's literally one thing in the entire Great League that Binky loses CMP, or wins CMP against, rather, and that's going to be Basti. So Basti is the only thing in the entire game that Carbink actually beats in CMP. At least when you're talking about, like, all rank 1s. Opponent goes for a Gunk Shot. Whoa, that's some spice. But they got a Binky in the back, dude. You just need to go for Iron Heads with the Pawniard into this thing, and it's over. Going for an extra Aqua Tail, or hoping to anyway, but this thing is well within Iron Head range, and you're going to oh my, it's over. It's so incredibly over. We don't even need to bait here. Just making sure that the opponent doesn't get any free energy, just in case. Isn't going to be able to swap out. 1 Iron Head is all it takes. Opponent says, I'm done. Good game. We're going to be getting into this next battle here. That's going to be Dragalge against a Venusaur. Very, very good lead. Dragalge really impressing me with the coverage and the typings that it has. I almost might have to break mine out soon here in the Halloween Cup. But the opponent is going to save swap into a Drifblim, and Carbink is just going to come in and absolutely make it miserable. Doesn't even need to throw a single charge move. Easily tanks 2 Shadow Balls from the Drifblim, which is very difficult to do for just about anything else in the entire Great League that isn't a complete wall like Bass did on a Carbink. And still has some HP to spare to throw those charge moves it got the farm for. And we're going to see the Venusaur come back in most likely here to get this farm down. But they're going to have to eat 2 Rock Slides in order to obtain it. And even then, that's a lot of rock throw damage that comes along with it on top of those 2 charge moves. So maybe not even seeing much value. Looking to try to go for a swap here and back into the Dragalge, but the swap timer not coming back up quite quick enough here, unfortunately. Would have been really nice to save that rock slide, because the opponent may have a flyer or something else in the back that energy would have been good into. But the opponent going to come in with an Escavalier, and this is really, really dangerous, but because of the fact that Dragalge's poison typing is allowing it to resist the counters, this is not so bad. And with 2 shields, this really actually isn't such a bad matchup. Those Aqua Tails do come out a little bit quicker than the drill runs, but the opponent goes for an Acid Spray here, and now this is going to be really dangerous because Pawniard is double weak to these counters, and the drill run would absolutely decimate it. Now we're going to have to see if the opponent is going to be able to make some magic happen here, as Dragalge will get to the next Aqua Tail here with an Acid Spray to boot. Dude, they're going for Acid Spray shield baits all day, and I would feel so bad if I shielded one of those, I'm going to be honest, but the Aqua Tail is going to be enough. Getting the Fury Cutter, almost get the Fury Cutter down, but it doesn't matter because the Venusaur can't reach a move. Night Slash is going to KO this S-Cav, and man, what a close one. Dude, I would be sweating with that Pawniard, but that was a very nice game. Well played. Going into the next battle here, we're going to have Dragalge on the lead versus Greninja again. This is a very, very good lead. We like to see this. Whole team here has a lot of play against Greninja. Obviously, Carbink being the least amount of play, but if the opponent is staying in, that means they have got to be core broken by this Dragalge, which means that they could have something in the back that's weak to Poison or Dragon, probably like a Toxapex or something. Looking to go for an Aqua Tail with the opponent going for back-to-back moves. Night Slash 2 going to come through, get the Dragalge real low, and this, unfortunately, this CMP tie feels kind of bad at this point, but going forward anyway, full sending it. Aqua Tail is not going to be able to get Bug Poison. Okay, going for an Aqua Tail. Huh? Is that a what? That's a Dustox, dude? Oh my god, the opponent whipping out the very dusty, cobwebby corner of the spice rack with XL Dustox, dude. Respect, trainer. But unfortunately, Carbink is just going to meme all over this thing and farm it all the way down, but not before it gets to another move here. Carbink is going to have to go and no shield this. No reason this. You saw how much damage Sludge Bomb did. It was unfortunately almost pitiful. And then the opponent's going to come in with a Toxapex, and that would be why they didn't swap out, because Toxapex has an absolutely pitiful matchup into Dragalge. So having Pawniard in the back here and catching... Dude, they caught the move on Greninja. They had so much... Didn't they have so much energy? Or did they... I don't remember how much energy they had. But very nice catch from the opponent on that Greninja. But unfortunately for them, they are going to have to still deal with the damage that comes from this Rock Slide. And then the opponent does also have to find a way through a 2-shield Pawniard, which I don't think they're going to be able to do here. Especially not with those Poison Jabs being double resisted by the Steel typing of the Pawniard. Safely can tank one and just continue to sling out Night Slashes faster than the speed of sound. And this is pretty much over. He just needs to get to 2 Night Slashes at this point, and it's done. Go drink some water, folks. Stay hydrated. It's important. You should drink it. Opponent knows it's over, and they concede. Good game. Well played. Bro, I'm still trying to get over the fact that they had a Dustox. Oh my god, that was great. Charjabug in the lead. Again, another dominant lead for Dragalge. Even if they're running Crunch, this is not good for them. Opponent immediately pops him with a Scizor, and this is really awkward. I'm not really sure if you want to get the alignment here on anything else. I think this is probably the ideal alignment for Dragalge. But at this point, you get Carbink on the Charjabug, which is probably what this trainer is going for. And the Aqua Tail is going to be enough to nearly KO, and the Dragon Tails afterwards will do the job just fine. And the opponent coming in with Charjabug, able to get several more Dragon Tails in, and reaching for the Outrage. If I'm going to be honest, me and just about any other trainer would have just settled for an Aqua Tail there, but they full sent the Outrage and got a shield for it. Absolutely great patience there by this trainer, and they come in with Carbink, as we expected, to lock it on the Charjabug and make the opponent's Charjabug miserable. And here comes Pawniard into the Greninja that swaps in the back. This game is, once again, as good as over, and this is just going to be a dunking on Greninja here in the back. Now we're going to be able to see this opponent go for multiple charge moves, unfortunately, before Pawniard can get to the Night Slashes needed to KO this Greninja. And because of how fast Water Shuriken gets energy, it gets to a Hydro Cannon at the same rate, actually, that I do believe it's 9 turns for both. But reaching for that, oh man, that's rough. Reaching for the Iron Head, but they only went for the Night Slash. That's huge. If that was a Hydro Cannon, that would have KO'd. The opponent got scared and threw the resisted damage instead of just full sending a Hydro Cannon. But I don't know. I think they still lose regardless because they wouldn't have been able to get to it. But this discharge, not going to matter very much. All that Binky has to do is get to the Rock Slide. And Stinky Winky Freaky Winky Binky goes for the win here to seal up this game. As soon as Charjabug finishes throwing this, I'd have just kept going. It was over, dude. Unless the opponent has 2 discharges, which is, I guess, possible, right? But not in this game. We got a good game here. Well played. I would have just finished letting it go, unless the opponent did have 2 discharges. In that case, it makes sense. Really awkward lead here. You got 2 much better answers in the back. So yeah, I definitely like the safe swap here. And there it is. Unfortunately, the opponent getting a Toxicroak sick on this Pawniard. This feels so bad, but does the Iron Head KO? Absolutely not. Oh, that's a rough one, dude. You're just going to have to hope that they only had 1 Carbink answer in the back, and Dragalge's going to be able to come in and get these moves off. This is going to be a Bink carry sort of moment here. Can the Carbink come back in and carry this team? Does the opponent only have 1 answer in the back? This Dragalge is getting destroyed, just torn to shreds. The only way that this trainer wins is if the opponent does not have another answer in the back to Carbink. That's about it. So we're going to see what the opponent's got in the back. Zweilous staying in to throw some energy here. This is dangerous. Do they not have an answer? Do they not have an answer? They don't have an answer in the back for Carbink. They're staying in with the Zweilous to get farmed down, and the opponent going for as much energy as they can here. Binky doesn't need to shield a thing. What could be in the back? Dark Pulse? They have an Alolan Marowak in the back, trainers. That is going to be a good game here, as not even Bone Club, super effective as they may be, is going to be enough to be able to vanquish this Carbink. Carbink is going to continue to go for as many moves as it well pleases. Doesn't even need to shield this. It resists the move damage from the fire, or the fire spins. Going to be able to go for these rock slides. Doesn't even need to shield this one, to be honest. Could start shielding if we want to, but not even gonna shield, dude. Binky taking it to the brinky here, as you know you liked it. You know you liked it. Binky to the brinky, all right? I'm such an idiot. Anyway, these rock slides are gonna KO the Alolan Marowak, and the opponent is not gonna be able to do enough Dragon Breath damage to take out this Carbink. Zweilous falling victim to the Carbink again, and that's gonna be a good game. And the final match against the man himself, Human Catcherbug, in the mirror lead here. We've got 2 better Dragon answers in the back. So here comes Pawniard to go for a bunch of Fury Cutters and get energy. Does the Dragalge stay in here? The opponent going for the Aqua Tail. They decide, it's not for me. I'm not going to take this damage. Night Slash coming through. Greninja is a super solid answer because you are resisting the damage here. I almost wonder if it's worth it to start throwing X Scissors here at some point. You know, maybe TM X Scissor onto the Pawniard. But with the boost, the Pawniard is going to go crazy. We're going to see them shield up the Hydro Cannon, and Night Slash is going to get the shield. But look at how much damage, dude! And able to get to the Night Slash before the opponent can get to another charge move. This is huge for Pawniard, getting second shield here, and then, oh, I almost thought he might try to switch out to the Dragalge here, but just gonna let it go. Opponent having to go for the Hydro Cannon to take out the Pawniard. All shields are down, and Dragalge has the Outrage, and the opponent sends in a Wormadam. This is not a good situation. Wormadam is an absolute just destructive force into the Carbink. It almost seems like a strange thing to do to bring in the Carbink, but this trainer having the foresight, maybe saving nearly the Outrage for later, trying to get this matchup on lock because they know that the opponent will not bring in the Dragalge here. Now they have the energy for the Outrage. All that the Bink has to do here is get this Wormadam low enough for Dragalge to get it almost out of here. The opponent going for a charge move. I don't know if they're at 2, but the 1 Dragon Tail is going to be enough here to take it out, and the opponent does have a charge move. Is it enough? Because this Dragon Tail will KO, and the Outrage is going to be locked and loaded. I don't have my Kaboom button ready. We're going to have to do it manually. This Outrage is going to one-shot the Dragalge, and we have a Kaboom! We take out Dragalge and Dragon Tail down the Wormadam. That's a good game. I'm out of breath. Very, very nice gameplay from JarizardX here on these games. Dragalge, Pawniard, Carbink. If you don't have the Pawniard or the Carbink, this is a leaderboard team that is very, very much more condensed up there, but I reckon that you could probably get anything in here that is a good answer to fairies, right? You just want answers to fairy here, right? I mean, I don't know. I didn't make the team, so I can't really come up with suggestions or alternatives, but we sure did enjoy that gameplay. Thank you very much once again. And trainers, if you'd like to submit some battles to get shoutcasted on the channel, there is a link to a Google form in the description and in the pinned comments. Thank you all so much for watching. We're going to catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.